Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017-18 school year. This short video serves as our student orientation to the iPad. We have 5 goals for the iPad in Lake City Public Schools. Those 5 goals are listed below. This is the 7th year we've had the iPad at the high school, and it's the first year that we've gone 5 through 12 with Bluffview and Lincoln both involved. Care of the iPad is ultimately the student's responsibility. It's very important that you're careful with the iPad. You're not careless, you don't throw it, don't try to drop the iPad. Just because you put the iPad in a backpack or bag does not necessarily mean it is safe. Still need to be cautious when you're putting a backpack or bag on the ground with the iPad in there. Also with backpacks and bags, in addition to being careful with it, make sure you're not stepping on it or sitting on it. We had iPads break that way. And also do not have fluids in your backpack, water, milk, with the iPad. We had a couple cases last year where a bottle of milk or a bottle of water broke open with the iPad in there and ruined the iPad. So be very cautious. Just because the iPad's in the backpack does not necessarily make it safe. And a lot of force isn't needed to break or damage the iPad, especially with the home button. Don't push it too forceful, and please be careful when using that. Appropriate use, very important that you do not touch another student's iPad without their permission. You have your own iPad. It is not okay to be messing around with another student's iPad. Disciplinary consequences will occur if that happens. Also, when you're taking pictures or video, get permission from a student before you do that. It's a common courtesy. Sometimes we're doing video projects for classes and it's okay to work together like that, but do ask permission. And follow all policies and procedures that we have and be responsible when using your iPad. iPad chargers are not included in our protection plan. Important that you don't wrap the cord around the adapter. Also important that you only use an Apple charger. Using a third-party charger can damage the iPad. It can wear the battery at a faster rate. Do not use the smaller iPhone adapter. That too can affect the battery of your device. Also important not to use power banks or charge the USB in a USB wall outlet. And then finally, bring the iPad fully charged to school each day. Get in a routine each night where you're going to charge that, living room, kitchen, so that when you wake up each morning, you have a fully charged iPad. The iPad cases are also not included in the protection plan. Important that you do not try to remove the iPad from the case. It's very easy to damage. If you do use a microfiber cloth, do not spray cleaning solution onto the device. Spray it onto the cloth to clean it. And that cloth is a good way to clean the screen. Also keep the cover of the case closed when you're not using it. Many times damage occurs just because the case is left open in a backpack or when they're not using it, and that exposes the screen. So do keep that cover closed. If you do have any damage to the iPad, it's important that you bring that device to tech support or our IT department immediately. Do not wait. Do not attempt to repair it yourself at any time or have anyone else repair it. We will get you a loaner device right away, usually within the day, and we will get that iPad repaired and back to you. But it's very important that you turn that in immediately so we can protect any further damage and get it taken care of. We do have 4 rules here at Lincoln. Be responsible, be respectful, be focused, and be present. These posters are located in each classroom throughout the building. The Apple Classroom app is new this year. It should be fully used by all teachers. It allows teachers to see every iPad screen in the classroom. It allows teachers to lock iPad screens. Allows teacher to group students. It can also allow teachers to direct everyone to the same site or same app in a very efficient manner. So there's a lot of positives with this Apple Classroom app. Any attempt to bypass this app is not acceptable, obviously, and there will be disciplinary consequences if that does occur. iPad security. Very important you put a passcode on your iPad. If you do misplace your iPad, that prevents anyone from getting in. And if you do happen to misplace it, you have to come up to the IT department immediately. We do have the ability to ping and locate devices and prevent any lost devices from occurring. Also, if your device is lost or stolen, again, a reminder, you need to report that right away. Students in grade 5 through 9 do not have the ability to go to the App Store and add their own apps. They will find all their apps in self-service. Do not try to bypass this in any way. If you do, there will be consequences with the iPad and other behavior consequences as well. If you're in 10 through 12, we do give you the ability to go to the App Store and download your own apps. Obviously, they have to be appropriate, and appropriate use has to occur. Do not try to use any private browsing apps or VPN or misuse this policy. There will be consequences if that happens. And do not try to download apps from anywhere other than the App Store or self-service. Common consequences for iPad misuse: the App Store taken away for younger kids, privileges removed, checkout only from the media center, detention, suspension, other type of behavior consequences as well. And we will remove the App Store for poor grades with younger students if we feel that is an issue to their poor grades, or if a parent requests that App Store is removed. We do that for younger students as well. All of you did sign this iPad Policies and Student Handbook Agreement. I just want to remind you to remember what you did sign, and make sure that you do look into some of that if you have questions on it. Finally, this is a great tool. We want you to use it appropriately. We've gotten better and better every year with what we can do in the classroom with this tool. We appreciate feedback that kids give us. I think that's allowed us to improve our one-to-one program, and just want to thank you all and encourage you to give us that feedback. Other than that, that is it for this orientation. Have a wonderful start to the school year. Thank you.